Greetings once again and welcome to another SETMind edition. In this edition, we are going to be looking at a 2023 calculus exam question, specifically question 1 for a course which is called Engineering Mathematics 1B. So this is a first year course. So the question reads, use logarithmic differentiation to find the derivative of the expression which is given there. But before we get into this problem, there's a couple of things that I need you to remember. And this has to do with logs because we are prompted to use logarithmic differentiation. So what I need you to remember is that log with base e of x is the same as ln of x. And ln of x is what others refer to as natural log. And for the purposes of this learning, I will refer to ln as ln of x. Others prefer to call it ln. I'll just call it ln. Okay? So what I need you to remember is 3 properties that are related to logarithmic functions in general. So if ever you are given ln of a to the power of b, what you should know is that this is the same as b ln of a. Number 2, what I also need you to remember is that ln of a times b is the same as ln of a plus ln of b. What I also need you to remember is that ln of a divided by b is the same as ln of a minus ln of b. So these will be very important and crucial in our working of this problem here. Let's quickly note down our function. So in order to solve this problem, what we are going to do whenever you are asked to use logarithmic differentiation, what you should do is you should introduce ln on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side. And if we go ahead and introduce ln, we will get the expression below. Next, what you should be able to see is that we are now in a position where we can apply the properties that we have on the page on the left. So if you look at the numerator, what we have is a product of the exponential function and the cosine function. So this means we'll have ln of e to the power of x squared plus x, and then plus ln of cos squared of x. Then if you observe carefully, we have the denominator, and whenever we are moving the denominator, whenever we have a denominator, how we account it is by negative ln of whatever the denominator is. So if we zoom in, you should be able to see that we'll have negative ln of the square root of x to the power 4 plus 1. Next, what we need to do is to try and simplify this and see if it becomes any simpler such that doing differentiation will be a bit easy. So for the ln part, what we can see is we have an exponent here, and according to the rule which I gave you, rule number 1, we can drop that exponent, so meaning we can have x squared plus x, and then we have ln of e, and then plus. For the cos, we really cannot, in fact we can, let's write it this way. So remember that cos squared x can be written as the same as cos x all squared. And then the other part, how I'm going to write it is this way. So we know that what we have is x to the power 4 plus 1, but we have a square root. And by now you should know a square root is the same as to the power of a half. So let's go ahead and try and simplify this even a bit further. So we'll have x squared plus x times ln of x, or ln of e. By now you should know that it amounts to 1. So maybe let me edit as number 4 here, which is that ln of e becomes 1. And number 5, very importantly, is that ln of 1 is 0. So this means all what I have left is x squared, and then plus 2 ln of cos of x. And then if you observe carefully, the half will come out, and then I'll have ln of x to the power 4 plus 1. So if you observe carefully, now that we no longer have complex powers, we are now in a position where we can start differentiating. So what we are going to do, as we always do, is to differentiate the left-hand side and also differentiate the right-hand side. But before we go ahead and do some differentiation, there's something that I need you to quickly remember. Let's note it in blue. So there's something that I need you to remember before we do our differentiation here. And that is, if we have d dx of ln of g of x as an example, what this becomes is 1 over g of x. And according to chain rule, we always multiply by the derivative of g of x. So this will be like that. So if I go ahead now and introduce our differentiation on the left-hand side, which is just going to be d dx, and what we are differentiating is ln of y, and we do the same on the right-hand side. So we'll just have d dx, and we'll put up everything that we should have on the right-hand side. What you should be able to do then is to observe the effect of what I wrote here in blue for you. So when we derive the left-hand side, what you will see is that we'll have 1 over y, and this will be multiplied by the derivative of what is inside. But remember, this is y, so it will remain as dy dx. And this will be equal to, let's open the bracket. When we find the derivative of x squared plus x, that should be 2x plus 1. And then when we find the derivative of that ln there, if you think carefully, it will be 2 over cos of x. And then when we multiply by the derivative of cos, what we will get is negative sine x. And then we'll have negative 1 over 2. And then multiplied by ln, the derivative of ln of x to the power of 4 plus 1, it will be 1 over x to the power of 4 plus 1. Then when we derive x to the power of 4 plus 1, what you will see is we'll get 4x cubed. So with this, we are now in a position to go to the next page and simplify this problem and see what we end up getting. So let's paste that. And remember, what we are solving for here is dy dx. So that is very important for you to remember, that what we are trying to do is to solve for dy dx. So if you make dy dx here, the subject, what you should see is that you'll multiply the right-hand side by y. So the y which was sitting there will now become the y which is here. Let me highlight that. So the y which was sitting here is now the y which is there. So all what we did was to just multiply. But we know what the y is. So we know what y is. Let's go and fetch it. So we know that y is given by all of this here. Sorry. So we already know that y is given by this. So this means I can go and substitute the y, and then that becomes our final answer. So therefore, our dy dx will simply be, we'll take this for y, and it will multiply everything. So it will multiply that entire bracket, which we will just need to make a bit smaller so that everything fits. Let's make this smaller and this smaller. So this is what we end up having as our final answer. So I hope this does make sense and you actually understand how we deal with this problem here. So all what you needed to understand was what I noted at the beginning. So remember your log laws, and then use your log laws to introduce your ln, which is just natural log, on the left hand side and on the right hand side, and then split your logarithmic function until everything is just linear, and then start differentiating. And also what is very important, which we did note, is this rule here, there. So that rule which I wrote there, this portion here, if you remember your differentiation, that is actually chain rule. So that was just a quick use of your chain rule to be able to do your differentiation of ln of a certain function. Then from here, it is just simplification. I hope this does make sense. Cheers.